welcome to Happily Handmade. I'm Wendy and today's video is my favourite. It's a book haul video. So many books, so little time, just can't have enough. So yeah, obviously I've bought a few more, can't help myself. So yeah, some from Book Depository this time, some from Amazon, some from a couple of other different places. But I'm going to start with the Book Depository haul. So I think these first few I did see on Novelia's channel. I think it was a couple of months ago now. But yeah, it's taken me a little bit of time to get hold of it. And yeah, just really lovely. They are obviously Japanese books. They're watercolour books. Clue, obviously, they're on the front. I don't think they'll be for everybody. But I thought, well, I don't use watercolour a huge amount. Maybe these might just help me feel a bit more confident. So you've got a few kind of exercises you can do. You've got some examples going through the book. And then you've got your actual pages to work on with some examples, and it gives you your little colour palette. So I thought some of these might be quite nice just to practice some pretty simple bits and pieces, but to really get to grips with just feeling a bit more confident to do some of these things, really. Because I tend to do a watercolour background, but then I tend to go, yeah, I really don't like that and end up working back over it with something else. So I thought this might be a good kind of practice point where I can kind of go, well, no, that's okay as it is. But yeah, there's quite a few different kind of things in here. There's natural things, there's buildings, there's scenes, the sky. I think the sea, in fact, there they are, just as I say it. There's obviously sea and water effects and things like that. So I thought that might be a really good practice. And because I got one, obviously you can't just get one, can you? I had to get the other one that kind of goes with. Let me get rid of that one onto the floor, just then I don't knock it off. So this one, obviously, very similar, but with garden. So it has... You've got duplicates of all the images, as you probably saw in the first one. So if your first one doesn't go to plan, it's okay. You've got some spares, you've got some backup. It's not the end of the world if they don't stay. Oh, that's quite cute, isn't it? The little teapot. Looks a bit difficult to do though in paint. But yeah, I thought these would be really good practice, and I'm quite looking forward to hopefully trying to be a bit brave and give a bit of it a go. It's no good keep buying watercolours and then not actually using them in anything, is there? So could possibly cheat and use my own pictures if nothing else, but I thought the paper is so lovely in it, really does feel like good watercolour paper. So hopefully these would be a great little excuse to do a little bit of painting and try out some ideas. And there's obviously some lovely examples in this book as well. So yes, hopefully. I'd love to tell you what it's called. I have no clue what it's called. I will try and put the links into Book Depository. Obviously these kind of things go in and out of stock, so you might find if you go on the link that there's no stock at the moment, but it might pop back. So if it's a book you're interested in, keep an eye out and keep going back to it. And this was the other one that goes with those ones. This one I think is such a beautiful book. The other ones I think I'll play about with a bit more, but this is definitely a bit more of a serious, want to do it so that it's really lovely. You've got some warming up pages, lots of different little practice pages that I think are really cute. But then when you actually get to the colouring pages, I think these are just so cute. Lovely little illustrations, obviously on the same lovely watercolour paper. You get 2 copies again, so if it's a disaster, it doesn't matter. Or you can take one out and frame one for somebody if you wanted to. I'll try and lift 2 pages at once so that so you're not seeing the duplicate. But yeah, they're just really cute. Lovely little illustrations that go with. Really nice idea of the colours that go with them, and really lovely little drawings. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying to do something in one of these, because they feel very doable. Oh, sorry, missed 2 there. Feel very doable. They're not too big a space, and obviously because you can use the watercolour in them, hopefully it should be quite an achievable book to work in. They're just so cute. My space. That'd be nice to colour in, wouldn't it, when you want some peace and quiet? Just go up in your tree house. Although I'd probably break it with all the weight of my ton of stuff. Plus the dog wouldn't be happy because she couldn't get up there. She's huffing at me now. She's joining us. She's got to lie down on her mat. Yeah, so we're nearly at the end, I think. One or two more cute little drawings. Is that an upside down elephant? I think it is. You are always welcome. Oh, lovely. Love music. And that is the last one. And then you've got lovely little finish to the book. Beautiful blue paper. And yeah. But again, all from Book Depository. I'll try and add the links if I can. Lovely, lovely book. Then a couple of other books that I've been keeping my eye on Book Depository. This one, Hey Mr. Rabbit, Why Are You Running? By Amy Shen. I've wanted for a while. I had it kind of open on an Etsy page for a very long time that I wanted it, but well, you know what it's like on Etsy. Beautiful books, terrible shipping price. And I just, yeah, I like the book, but I just wasn't prepared to pay the shipping costs. And then it just popped up as I suggested when I was ordering some of those. And I was like, yes, Book Depository have it. So I'm definitely having it because it's cute and beautiful. And obviously it's a bit Alice in Wonderlandy. So yeah, I know I've got some obsession, but well, it was cute, so I wanted it. But yeah, this is a really lovely book. Some of the pages might drive me a bit daft, like this one, but it just amuses me. Like, why is he in the television? There's just so much going on some of these pages that's just not typical. And just, yeah, I thought, actually, these are quite fun. And they do look like pages that I'd enjoy colouring. They're kind of Alice in Wonderland, but it doesn't feel like an Alice in Wonderland book, really. Some of the characters, obviously, you recognise. But I think the further as it goes along, it just tends to be her style of drawing, really, rather than a particular story about it. And I think there's other tales going on in this book as well. Obviously, I don't know, but I thought the drawing style was really cute. And these will be nice for a quick colour when you don't have to worry about the background because you've always got a bit of colour in there already going through. Snow White in bunny form. Look at that, that's beautiful. Just some lovely, really lovely illustrations. I'm not sure I want to really colour in a plate of spaghetti, if I'm really honest, or a chicken, but you know, some of the other pages I like a lot. Trust me to pick a random page with a chicken on it, just as I'm saying it's really lovely. Oh, I like these. Very cute. But yeah, it's a little bit different, isn't it? I don't think it's for everyone. I know it's probably not everybody's cup of tea, but there's just something about it that I like the illustration style. I think it's quite cute. Obviously it's got little fairy tale stories in it, so it was always going to appeal to me because somehow that just seems to attract my imagination into colouring these particular types of images. And I just like the style of her illustration. It's quite sweet, and I think these little coloured pages where you're going through are just so lovely. And then she's got this kind of instruction bit that steps you through what to do. Look, empty cat, full cat. It's that simple, really. Fair. It's always complicated. And then you've got this practice one that you can practice the technique she's just gone through with you. And the same here, you've got more practice little bits and pieces that are really useful. And then you've got practice cakes at the end to have a go at. And then you've got another little practice section. I should have cracked the spine on this. It does not want to open these pages. It just wants to flip closed. And yeah, you can start cutting them out and kind of build all this together that you've got the extra bits for at the back. You've got a bit of scenery. No idea what this page is for. Oh, I think it's to build the scenery on, isn't it? And then you've got a bit of background paper. You name it, this book's thought of it. And there we go. So, cover's coming off. Hey, Mr. Rabbit, why are you running? And if it helps, there is your... No, I'm not. My camera is not going to focus. Oh, there you go. ISBN, just if you want it. You can get it to focus back down again. There we go. And then because I obviously got that book, this one got suggested by the same illustrator. So yeah, obviously this is an Alice in Wonderland full book. This one is a much older one, and it's around in lots of places, but I got it from Book Depository because I got the other one as well. So I shall skim through quite quickly because it's, like I say, it's quite an old book. Let me try and break that spine a bit to make it a bit easier. This one I don't think is quite as nice as the other one, but there's still some really lovely pages, and I do like how she does her drawing style. It's just a little bit different, but yeah, I'll skim through pretty quickly on this one because it's a little bit samey compared to the other one, I think. Very busy scenes though, but at least there are a few that are a bit more simple, but the scenes are a bit frightening, I think. Cute pigeon. Oops. What's this page for? I take we've got to draw some butterflies. That's not going to happen. No, I don't think so. But yeah, that'd be a nice page if I can persuade myself to do it. Invitation from the Queen, who doesn't seem to be there. Oh, here's the Queen. I was going to say, how bizarre. Mentioned it and then she wasn't there. Yeah, this is quite a complicated costume she has on. She's normally my favourite to colour, the Queen. I don't quite know why, but it is. Oh, that's cute as well, on a little cake. And then last page wants to just close again. Is it that it? Oh, there's hidden things apparently. Ugh. They kind of look though. I think they're just things that are already in the scene though, like bottles and fans and shoes. I don't think they're random terrible things, thank goodness. But yeah, that's the earlier one, Amy Sheen, Wonderland, a colouring book inspired by Alice's adventures. Then another one that just popped up on Book Depository, because I'm always on there, was EcoNeco colouring book Animal Parade. And this, I did not know what was in it. I couldn't find it anywhere else. But I thought, look at that cover. It's just beautiful. It looks like a colouring book that I'm going to like. So here it is. I have no idea who it's by. Can I see it? Maybe it is EcoNeco. Who knows? No idea. I'll show the ISBN later as we get there. As usual with most Japanese books, they have this kind of introduction, what's in my book, how to colour in kind of page that they always have. These are so beautiful. Look, you can frame them, and then you actually get into it. So let me break this spine a little bit because it's driving me nuts. Oh, it doesn't want to. It's too strong for me. So this one was kind of printed in different colours. So this one, hopefully you can tell, it's kind of like a purpley violet colour. So you've got all kind of animal scenes. This is quite a complicated page, but all in this purple colour, which I'm not quite understanding why. But you go through the book and it's printed in different colours. So all this bit is purple. Some of these are so cute. Upside down though. Why are those ones upside? Oh, that one's upside down as well. How bizarre. But I thought it was really nice. It's quite different. It's like nothing else I have. I have no idea how I'm going to tackle the purple. But you see here, we've swapped. It's kind of like an emerald green we've swapped to now. With this fancy poodle that's got little heels on the poodle. Bless. Hey Molly, you can have some heels according to this book. No, I don't think so. Don't think she's going to go for it. Squirrels. Cute. More crazy. Oh look, the flamingo's got heels as well. But yeah, this is just a bit of a crazy book, but I think it's so sweet. Look at him with all his nuts in his little chops. That's cute. Cheeky cats. Cakes, teapots. More of these kind of circusy looking animals. Wouldn't want to see them in real life, but I don't mind in a book. It's fine in a book. More high-heeled flamingos. Oh, I quite like that page. That's quite cute. With cakes. And then we're back into purple again. With more cheeky cats in heels. And hats. Cakes. Oh, letters. More birds. Carousel, yay. But yeah, it's a bit of a crazy book, isn't it? I think it's my thoughts, really. I like it. Some of it I like better than other bits. It's a bit strange. Strange fish. But yeah, it's just quite different. Frogs, cute. Underwater page. Shells. Shark in a frame of shells. Cheeky frogs. Back to purple. Oh, why is that page there? And then we seem to have some more extra ones after the end page. I don't know why that is. These are obviously all single-sided, so maybe you're intended to take these ones out a bit more. Maybe that's the idea. But the paper feels quite nice, quite smooth. And then you've got these slightly smaller ones that have got, oh, they're supposed to be postcards to and from. Camel. These would be quite nice in a journal, actually, because although it looks like a postcard, it's not kind of as thick as postcard paper, so these would work nicely in a journal, actually. But yes, there we have it. Now the ISBN is tiny in this book. Let me see if I can get it to focus. It's not going to like it because it's so small. It is tiny, tiny, tiny. No, I don't think it's because it's so small. It's a bit too much, I think. You might, depending on what size you're watching this, I'll be able to see it on there. I'll try and add a link, and I'll put the ISBN next to it if I can't find it anywhere as a link. But EcoNeco colouring book Animal Parade, that yeah, it was just a total blind buy. I don't know what I thought it would be, but yeah, quite like it. It's a little bit different. Yeah, thought it'd be quite interesting. And another one that was a total blind buy. Again from Book Depository. This book weighs a ton. It really is a heavy book. Vintage My Room, illustrated by, it looks like Chun 50 or Chun So, it could be. Not sure. I'm sure somebody else will know. But I thought this is a really lovely book. It's quite a big book, kind of Joanna Besford size book in height, although not quite square, as you can just about see. And it's quite a thick, chunky book. It's quite heavy. I think the paper must be pretty good quality in it. Has got a cover on, as you can see. This has a colouring bit that you could colour in. You've got a dressing table and somebody's bedroom there to colour in. This is too shiny to colour in. Probably could do it with markers if you wanted to. But yeah, this book I think is really lovely. And again, I wasn't totally sure what to expect other than rooms, because, you know, that was kind of what I thought. But the quality of it is really beautiful. This really does have really nice thick card. Yeah, I think this you could use watercolour on. Definitely. It feels really smooth. So I'd be surprised if it didn't take watercolour well. But yeah, we've got doorway, we've got some clothing that you'd find at the doorway. Living room, cheeky cat in there. The centre of the world, fill my time. Then obviously you've got a bit of the living room, I'm guessing. And some more cushions. All your gadgets. They don't exactly look like they're from 2022, do they, these gadgets? But they're cute. There's a lot of little details to colour that are really lovely. But yeah, if you like colouring homely things, internals of houses, furniture, this kind of thing, and you quite like little cute characters, I think this is a really lovely book. A little bit different. recharging one's batteries is as important as working. A kitchen. Time to prepare the food for the soul. My secret recipe. But yeah, I just thought they're again, not like any other book that I have, and obviously I have quite a lot of books, but I don't have anything like this book. It's got a very particular style about it. I just think it's really quite appealing. It's quite detailed though, but it's still got a little bit of humour about it. It's not taking itself too seriously. Plants. Bedroom, refresh life and sleep. There's just some lovely little things in it. I think it's really nice. Dressing room. Oh no, it has a clothing bit. What a shame. Bathroom. Power cleaner. Dust away. You need a little fluffy duck cover on your toilet. That's not disgusting in any way. These are cute with little animal heads on the bottles. Obviously not real ones. That wouldn't be cute. As long as they're stitched ones. Little bottles. That is a busy shower curtain. It's time to take a bath. Workroom. Planner, space for life. Craft room, what more do you want? It's about as tidy as mine as well, if I'm honest, looking at this page. Although there's no pile where things are falling over onto you. The time to be happy is now. Carousel on your canvas. Lovely fabric paints. Handmade. Oh, we've got a sewing room as well. We've got some sewing that we're in the middle of. We've got some colouring books. Or maybe the storybooks. Just in my mind, you're colouring them in. Garden. Saying something, but I don't know what. Secret room. Oldest value. Remember the past every day. Top secret diary. Original cookie and chocolates. Just looks like a junk room. Keeping all the bits that you can't put into your other rooms. And yeah, they're saying obviously you can use markers, but this is double-sided, so I don't think I would be using markers. Whether these are water-based ones, who knows. It's quite thick paper, but I'd be surprised if my alcohol men's pens didn't go through, but maybe I'll try it. Then we've got a little house we can colour in and cut out. Oh, we've got a little dress-up dolly with tabbed clothing. Now that takes me back. Lovely girl. Can colour her in and her clothes. And then we've got bits of scenery. A teapot, flowers, a cup, and some kind of jar. Is that the last one on this crafty paper? Yeah. And then I'm guessing that's some kind of something else that I didn't even know was there. That I can't even get in. Where's the... I bet this is reflecting horribly, isn't it? Sorry. I don't know how to get in it. Oh, I don't want to rip it. Ugh. Sorry, didn't even notice this was in, otherwise I'd have pre-opened it. These scissors are not sharp. Just get rid of that. Ooh. Right, what's in my little packet? I think they're just postcards, aren't they? Oh, because this was in the book, wasn't it? The little carousel on a canvas. So these are these little. Oh, it's a little. I think it's a card. so you could fold it to make a card from it. What else have we got? Again, I think they're all just pages from the book, aren't they, but that you've got in a card form, so you could colour them and send them to someone. And then you've got the food page, so happy birthday card and eggs. It might have made more sense if the happy birthday was at the front though, wouldn't it? Then you could have used it as a happy birthday card. But they're cute. Nice little extra. I'm amazed that just went in as easy as it could. And then on the back you've got chairs, and we've got the other part of the bedroom, and looks like a breakfast bar or something like that in there. But yeah, what a lovely book. Yeah, really pleased with this. Again, just a blind buy. Wasn't totally sure what was in it. Vintage My Room, illustrated by Chun. I'm guessing Chun So rather than Chun 50, but difficult to say. Oh no, it's a tiny ISBN again. Let's see if I can get my light on it a bit more. That might help. You might be able to just about see. It's not brilliant though. Okay, sorry, my camera just booted me out totally. So just as I was trying to get it to focus, it just decided, no, you can have no picture. But on the plus side, it has now focused. Now I've restarted it. So yeah, can just about see the ISBN. So yeah, that was Vintage My Room. Hopefully by Chun So, if I'm right. But I'll try again, because these are Book Depository books. I'll try and add the link if I can still see it. It may be out of stock, but it may still come back in, so it's worth checking a month or two down the line, because they do get these kind of books in again, but it just takes them a little bit of time. So I think they were all my books from Book Depository, but oh, that plastic's everywhere. I did also buy, unsurprisingly, some books from other places. So this you will have seen loads. So obviously Amazon printed, Amelia Anjakova, 50 Farmyard Miniatures. I don't know why, but this did just appeal. I'm not going to flip and spend ages on it because there's loads of people have got it, aren't they? But I just thought this is quite cute, kind of summer vibes, even though we're now heading towards autumn pretty quickly, aren't we? But I thought some of this is still quite cute and a good little quick marker colour. I don't have a huge amount of Camilla's books. I think I've got a couple of Christmas ones and one of the Sea Life ones, Sea Life miniatures. But I've really gone off colouring sea life things at the moment. I don't really know why, but yeah, I'm struggling to make myself do it. So I thought this one would be a bit more up my street. So that one I got. Also, I got Coco Wire. There's been quite a lot of Coco Wire releases lately, haven't there? But I've not done anywhere near all the portraits in the few that I've bought already. So I've kind of resisted the urge really to buy any more portrait books. But I thought this one, Art Nouveau Garden, is a little bit different, and I thought I haven't really got anything much like this. I suppose I was thinking again for a bit more of a relaxed colour that I could do mainly with markers that are kind of Art Nouveau patterns, unsurprisingly. But yeah, flowers, butterflies, that kind of thing that's in here. Again, it's probably not for everybody. I'm sure some people are looking at it and thinking, ugh, no thank you, not for me. But I quite like some of these bits and pieces in it. That's a bit strange looking though, isn't it? What's this bit? Is this a part of a plant or part of a bug? Yeah, don't know. But yeah, I thought this would be quite interesting, and I was quite interested to see what paper this turned up on, and I think it is better than my fairy book that I have that I colour in a lot. We'll see when I get to use it a little bit more, but yeah, I just thought I quite like a bit of Art Nouveau, and it'll be no pressure, just pure colouring in book. I don't really do colour by numbers or anything like that, but kind of something like that I thought might be quite nice. So Art Nouveau Garden, sorry my lights are blinding you with the glare. Then another quick one that again I won't go through because loads of people have shown it already. The Wingling Special, Colouring Heaven. I'm sure loads of people have seen it already. There's loads of flips of it if you want to see more of it. but I don't have a huge amount of Jasmine Beckett Griffis books. I think I only had the mermaid one. That's the only one I've got, so I thought this gives me a bit of a flavour, see if it's something I've enjoyed colouring and I can give it a go. Then I really wanted, and I ordered it from Amazon, but they failed. They did not send it. They said they sent it, but it never arrived. It still didn't arrive. So I really wanted the Carnival book that goes with my circus one that I got a couple of months ago by Sarah Walsh. So the only place I could find it was on eBay via, it's all one company. I think it's, I'll add it as a link anyway where I've got them from, but they're a used book seller on eBay, and I got this and a couple of others that I really wanted. So the Carnival version of Sarah Walsh's book that obviously goes with the circus one that I worked in the month before last. Again, I'm fully aware it's probably not everybody's cup of tea. They are a bit strange, but I kind of quite like them, and they did take watercolour really quite nicely in my circus version. So I think there's some pages on here that I found a bit scary and a bit too much, but others I really quite like, and obviously carnival costumes, the idea of it I found quite appealing. So yeah, some of those I'm quite looking forward to having a go at. Apart from it's a used book, oh my word, nowhere did it say somebody had coloured this face in orange in felt tip. What am I going to do with this? On the portrait page as well, out of all of this book, they had to colour the only portrait in orange and green. Determined to save it. On the plus side, it's good paper. I'm probably going to gesso over it or something, but yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but it was a bit of a shock when I opened the book. What? No one mentioned that, but it was really cheap, so I can't moan really. And because I saw that one, it obviously suggested this one, which is the other one by Sarah Walsh. And this one I think I like a little bit better than the Carnival one. Again, I'm sure it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I do like quite a strange book occasionally. Something that's a little bit different. And yeah, Day of the Dead imagery I quite like, so it's that kind of beautiful but scary thing going on, isn't it? And I quite like some of these pages. I think that there's a little bit of wit in them. It's quite decorative. You can kind of do what you want with them as well. You can colour this however you like, can't you? There's no it has to be this colour or we'd expect it to be that. Kind of can just be quite like, these are horrific but also quite funny. I quite like them. So yeah, it's just some of the pages just make me smile as well. So there's just something about it I quite like. At least this one isn't bright orange, thank goodness. So I can do the kind of Frida Kahlo Day of the Dead page without having a bright orange, thank goodness. But yeah, so Day of the Dead by Sarah Walsh as well. Again, super cheap because it was second hand. And once you start looking at what else have they got? Yeah, I know. Didn't need them both. Didn't need one of them. Botanical Wonderland, A Blissful Colouring Retreat by Rachelreinert. And obviously I've got the desert version as well. This one, the paper in it is quite nice. I thought I could probably paint it. It's kind of quite strange botanical drawings really, but I think that the beauty of them really is that they don't really look like anything really. They're kind of related to plants, aren't they? They have a kind of plant, sea life, alien kind of look to them. And so I suppose they kind of feel a bit more like you can really just let your imagination run wild with them really. It doesn't matter what they look like when you've coloured them. It's purely about the process of colouring them and what you want it to look like yourself really. I'm guessing it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I just thought actually it might be quite a good relaxed, do what you like, just be creative, use whatever materials you feel like page where I'm not worrying about it looking like an amazing portrait, because as you know I do spend quite a lot of time on those kind of pieces. So yeah, I just thought it'd be quite fun, and it's something a little bit different. And the other matching one, I think it was like £2 or something on there. Again, these are both used, but thankfully no one's coloured it in horrifically. And just, yeah, some of her versions are beautiful, aren't they? But very similar, again, they're just kind of desert looking plants and rocks and ladies and but yeah, just something that I could be a bit creative with, not worry about making it look like anything necessarily, but just enjoy the process. And I thought it might be quite nice to play about with watercolour in this. I don't know how well it'll take it, but at the price I've paid for these, it doesn't really matter if it's a disaster and makes it really wrinkled. I thought they might be quite nice just as a little practice book to have a go in and just try a few things out without worrying about them, because like I say, they're used copies. They're in pretty good condition though, these two. I was really pleased with these ones. Then this one was suggested. Oh, I really think you should have a look at it. Naughty people suggesting books. You know how bad I am already about looking for books, so thank you very much, Lindsay. You know I don't need any encouragement to look at a book. So I did have a nosy once. Lindsay suggested it to me on, there's a full flip of this on Colouring Ideas channel, so by all means I'll try and link it below as well so that she gets the appreciation. So this is very like the Colourful World books that make that golden advent calendar that I've got on the channel at the moment, because it's the same kind of format, that you have the same paper, you have this spine that's separately sealed inside and the cover's not kind of joined to it in the traditional way. But this, in terms of what the actual visuals are like, perhaps should read it, shouldn't I really? Christy Vogels, no idea. Autumn something or other. Autumn in the Wild, I don't know, I'm just guessing. But it is kind of very much my kind of imagery. Lindsay was totally correct in that. It's definitely the kind of things that I love to colour. Mushrooms, forests, little characters with silly hats on. It's like a book's been invented just for me, because they're totally beautiful. Paper's not bad. It's normally with this paper you can get away with a little bit of watercolour. It will wrinkle a little bit. I wouldn't flood it. I think that would be pushing your look a little bit too far. But I think Inktense and Albert Duras or something like that you probably get away with. Might try it and see. But yeah, it's nice smooth paper. It certainly took my coloured pencils in my other book quite well. But lovely little quirky little foresty scenes that, yeah, are just totally my thing. I don't know why I find it so relaxing and refreshing, but yeah, I suppose I do like a walk in the woods. I take the dog a lot for a walk in the woods near me. We have a nice woodland walk pretty much at the back of my house, so it is a place I go a lot. And I suppose, other than the little characters, I see the rest of it quite a lot. Mushrooms definitely growing at the back. Butterflies definitely at the moment. So I suppose it's something I'm familiar with, but not the little cute characters. And random fish, I don't come across them very often on the back. Certainly frogs and toads, there's lots of those on the back. But yeah, lovely little book. Really beautiful. Cute little images. I know I'm only going through it quickly, but like I say, nip over to Colouring Ideas if you want to see the full flip, because she's already done one, so it'd be a bit naughty for me to do it as well. And she's done it a little bit slower, not rushing through and skipping pages like I am. But yeah, it's a lovely book. I'm looking forward to colouring in this one. I got mine from Amazon UK, so I think they should be available on most of the Amazons. Book Depository definitely have it if you're interested. But yeah, I just thought it was a really lovely book, very beautifully done, lovely images, and obviously you've got lots of images on the other sides, and unlike a lot of books, they're not just the same images that's been repeated on the sides. I'm just wondering whether I can see, oh yeah, it's Kirsty Vogl, I've already said, isn't it, who the illustrator is. And then at the back, the same as usual, you've got a bit of grey board, and then you've got the cover that wraps through. But yeah, lovely book, good spot. Lovely book. Then I did see this one on Doodle Robot, and as Doodle's probably already observed, I do have a bit of an Alice in Wonderland obsession. I know, I'm not quite sure why, just something about them appeals. So Olga, oh here we go, Gloveshkina, I don't know, sorry Olga if I've just insulted you in some way with your name, I do apologise. But yeah, this is a lovely, quite chunky book, really. Much thicker than most kind of Amazon books that you get. But obviously, the imagery is Alice in Wonderland based, but a little bit different. So there's some scenery, just really interesting illustration style. And obviously this book, let's be honest, I never need another Alice in Wonderland book in my life with this book, because there's a lot of pages in this book. But I quite like some of these where they're kind of leaving the circle, and there's a few of those where it's, sometimes it's obviously still in, but quite often where it's kind of escaping from the circle, that I think is really quite an interesting visual idea, and I quite like. But I thought some of these could be quite a quick colour. Obviously they're one-sided, it's Amazon paper, so I can use my markers. I think it's the slightly better of the Amazon papers. It's not the absolute dreadful cheap stuff. It's, yeah, I'm used to working on Amazon paper, so it's no big deal to me now. I just tend to do markers and colour pencils, so cute. But yeah, that was the first one that I got. And then because I got that one, obviously I was looking at her books, and I thought, oh, I'll try another little one as well. And I always like a Christmas book, and I don't have a huge amount of Amazon Christmas books really, so I got this one as well, which mounts 5. I'm presuming there are mounts 1, 2, 3 and 4. I didn't look, but basically this one is lots of different creatures that are, oh, there's a double-sided in here and I didn't realise, that are basically kind of dressed up in various different Christmas decorations, whether it be lights, tinsel, holly, and all of those kind of things. It's a bit tricky to flip, excuse my arm. But yeah, lots of different animals of all different types, all kind of Christmas-fied, I can't even say it, in lots of different ways that I thought might be quite interesting to have a go at when it comes to Christmas. And it's, yeah, just a little bit different, isn't it? She's got a little list of there of all the lovely books, but yeah, I just thought I quite like her illustration style. It's a little bit different. Yeah, so thought I'd give that a go. Then I forget whose channel I saw this artist on. So M's Drawings is just available on Amazon. Did I write it down? Oh, Karen Colours. I did write it down on my post-it. So yeah, I think I saw one of these on Karen Colours, and I thought, oh yeah, I think I'll give one of those a try. And yeah, just portraits. They're a little bit different, and obviously I do quite like a portrait. Just Amazon printed. As you can see, it's quite thin Amazon paper. You can see through it a little bit, which does unfortunately cause a bit of a problem, purely because they've decided to put this kind of journal lines on the back, which would be great if the paper wasn't so thin. I think they could have avoided using the lines. I don't think it's particularly helpful, but I'm sure once you get a bit of colour on it, hopefully you still won't be able to see it. I'm guessing that when I put alcohol marker on, you probably will be able to see it, but maybe when I get a bit of colour pencil on, you won't. So because generally I work with colour pencil, I'm not too fussed about it. They haven't kind of drawn some of the hair in as well, which also, I don't know, but the portraits are really lovely. I think a little bit better paper in this book would have been a bit more helpful, or don't print the back sides with daft lines, because all my women have got liney faces. But I'm hoping I can work around that and do something with it that disguises the see-through nature of this page. Other than that, I might have to copy them onto something else. We'll see. I'll try it on one of them and then see what I think, really. But I like the portrait. Obviously there's lots of flowers on it as well. I enjoy a bit of a flower colour as well, so I thought I'll give it a go and see how I manage with it. It's not a huge book, but there's still plenty to have a go at. It always gets more difficult towards the back. And then you've got these little kind of thumbnails towards the back. I suppose I could use these in my journal, was what I was thinking. If I'd done one of these, I could cut the little one out to put in with my photograph of my finished piece, so you've kind of got before and after. And then you've got a test page, some links, and then the usual Amazon shiny cover. I'll try not to blind you with it, but M's Drawings, Flower Girls. And then my last one, I don't even know how this popped up to me. I think I was looking at Dover colouring books and things like that on Amazon, and then this one popped up for £2, and I thought, for £2 I do like a carousel, so I will have a look at it. Downside, obviously, these are double-sided, which, yeah, could do without that, so no marker pen in this one, but I quite like them. Again, I'm sure it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but I quite like the idea of just doing some of the carousel horses. Can really concentrate on the decoration on them, and he's a bit bitey, isn't he, for a carousel horse having an attack. But yeah, I just thought I quite like it's going to keep flipping about now just to be annoying. Yeah, I just thought it'd be interesting, something a bit different, because I like a carousel, and I thought these would be an interesting colour. Frog carousel. So not a big book, certainly not an expensive book, but yeah, just something that I thought I would find attractive. So Carousel Animals colouring book by Christy Vogl, is it? Dover colouring book that I got from Amazon UK for a huge £2. And that is all my books for this time. Knowing me, I may add some more on, who knows. I'm going to try not to add some more on because I am running out of space. But yeah, this is all my books up to today that I've collected for September. So hopefully there was something that interested you. Any questions, do obviously pop them in the comments, and I will try and help or answer if I can. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully something's interested you. Bye bye.